and it's Thursday night. It is August the 8th, 2024. August the 8th, 2024, and it has been a scorcher of a day, and you are tuned in live and in color to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, live on Facebook and on YouTube all across the World Wide Web. And those of you that are joining us on the Facebook, if you don't mind, reach over and hit the like button, hit the share button on your page so it shares our broadcast on your Facebook page, gets our message out to an even broader audience. Hey guys, we're glad you joined us tonight, tuning in from all over, and we appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to tune in to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live on Thursday nights, where you're going to hear the truth and nothing but the truth. You're going to hear things here that you're not able to hear on any of the major news networks, much less any of the television stations, much less any of the Netflix or movie theaters, only right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Your choice and your source for the best news in all of the globe. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Coming to you live, ladies and gentlemen, from our studio right here in Enterprise, Georgia, our studio at Thompsontown, Georgia, our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and the satellite truck on turn number 3 at the Old Rocket Speedway is down for repair tonight. Hopefully it'll be back up next Thursday night, but we're coming to you live from all across the great United States of America and in foreign countries where it is legal and illegal for us to broadcast, because we don't care. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and loud and proud in the great sovereign state of Baker County, Georgia. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the truth and nothing but the truth. But here is our disclaimer. If you do not subscribe to common sense thinking and Judeo-Christian conservative principles, you probably want to go ahead and turn us off right now. Matter of fact, what I'd do is, if I was you, I'd just turn us off, and for the next 4 hours, I'd just stare at a blank screen until you went to bed. You will accomplish the same amount as your blood pressure getting raised watching right here, because you subscribe to common sense Judeo-Christian conservative principles, and we're loud and proud of it. And boys, we live on the screen again today. This is the second time we've had a sponsor in this town, Noma, Florida, boys. We are live on the big screen, 107.943.112 and 128 inches in diagonal television glory on the screen tonight at New Jeans. Not Eugene's. It is New Jeans. Nipple rings for tomcats. You know, you got a sister. You got a sister that sells string for tomcats, Florida.
Yeah.
New Jeans. Noxzema for ladies by the 55-gallon drums. Y'all remember Noxzema?
Oh, yeah.
Noxzema skin cream. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
New Jeans, natural colon cleanses, cane juice base. New Jeans, nighttime weddings for ugly brides and grooms. And New Jeans, next day chromosome test results in Noma, Florida. especially for the swimmers and gymnasts, those next day chromosome test results.
Just in case.
They can't figure out who they is.
Yeah, just in case they don't know.
Yeah. They can't make a decision on who they is.
So hey,
I tell you what, Marvin, hey, do not ever tell us that we don't practice DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusiveness. Nobody else would advertise for New Jeans other than Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports.
We're the only one. We are the only one. And I mean, think about it. You got animals covered in there. You got ugly women and ugly men covered in there. You got medical community covered, and you got the next day chromosome, whatever he, she, idiot there, whatever.
The transvestites, they covered in there.
Well, see, I done learned something already tonight. I thought DEI stood for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. I didn't know it stood for nothing else.
That's what it originally stood for, but it has got hijacked.
If I
Oh, okay.
Hey, the word is appropriated.
if I
Okay.
was Dale Jr. or his ex-wife, I believe I'd sue the federal government over all that
I would
DEI.
if I was his ex-wife. I would. Y'all that appropriated DEI.
They have woke
Used to be,
up
and we
DEI.
used to know what it was. You know, we
Yeah.
used to know what it meant. Now it gets
Yeah.
confusing. The lines are blurred, if you will. Now,
Hey, let me ask you this: do you think the founder of DEI Inc. practiced DEI during his days?
who is he? He practiced who could drive the fastest and who could knock the competitors off the racetrack.
Off the right. That's exactly right.
That's what he
If
practiced.
if if he was still alive, I can tell you this much: NASCAR would not be woke up. You can believe that. They would not be woke.
Yeah, they done
I
woke it up
promise.
now though.
Oh yeah, that somebody done set the alarm clock off. If you wreck somebody now, you had to go to anger management. You got to call them up and apologize to them and write a letter and get counseling and do all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
you got to get counseling. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you call that? The anger management.
Anger management
What would
because
Dale Earnhardt have said about that?
we probably can't say it on the show, but uh,
You know what I
he
can tell you
would.
about anger management back in the 50s and 60s. You know how all that was resolved
Uh-uh.
by going down to the stockyard and getting out of your car down there. Two of you down there, y'all done had a disagreement, and you're mad with one another, and you get out the stockyard down there, and one of you leaves there with a broke nose or a black eye or whatever, a cut lip, busted lip, whatever, and the other one leaves out there, and he that cured the anger management for
Yeah,
one of those people.
Lord, let me
That
ask
person wasn't angry no more. That got
that's
his
right.
lip busted and his eye all blacked up. See?
had you
That's
been
right.
when you were young and you'd have felt froggy and you'd have Miss Claire, you'd have slapped her, would she have sent you to anger management?
Oh, no. I went to a reformatory. Yeah, I went straight to reform school. Because y'all don't know what, all of you young folks don't know what reform school or the
Oh no, they
reformatory
don't
is, but you
understand
need
that.
to know.
Yeah,
But see, that was
yeah.
always held over your head there. I remember one time when I was a young, and I don't know, I was 8, 9, 10 years old, and Daddy had dynamite everywhere, you know. He blowing stumps everywhere, had dynamite all under the shelter out there. Had his fuses and his caps and his dynamite. And I knew what all of it was. You know, you had to have all of it put together to make an explosion. And I used to ride on the tractor around with him while he was bottom plowing, breaking land. And he hit a stump with a little 8-in Ford tractor and tripped one of the bottom plows back there. And he had a little pocket thing on the tractor there where he kept his wrenches thing. He had his dynamite in there, sticks of dynamite in the tractor.
Hmm.
I'm sitting right there riding on the fender, you know. He wore the overhaul, and he had his caps, his blasting caps down in the bib of his overhaul, and he had his fuses down in the bib of his overhaul, and he had his matches over him where he light his Prince Albert cigarette with, you know, while he's doing all of this. He had it in his pockets. So he'd hit that stump with that bottom plow, and he'd trip that bottom plow, and he'd stop. He'd get out and he'd get him like a half a stick of dynamite or a whole stick or whatever it took, you know. And he'd cut it into, break it into. He'd get that cap. He's out of his bib of his overhaul. I'm sitting up there, still sitting up there on the running board, standing up on the running board of the tractor. He'd stick that cap and that fuse down in that dynamite. He'd crimp that fuse with that cap, stick it down in that dynamite, stick it down there by where that stump was that had been exposed by that tripped bottom plow. And he'd take that dynamite and he'd stick it down in about the stump. He'd light that fuse. We'd take off on the little 8-in Ford, man. We'd be breaking land. We'd turn it over. And I'd be looking. He'd be looking up there where he was going. I'd be looking behind him. All of a sudden you hear something, poop, poop. And it'd be that dynamite went off and that stump would go, toot, toot, toot. He'd roll about 100 yards up in the air, you know, and it'd fall down and it'd hit the ground. Well, see, I know where he kept his dynamite, and I know where he kept his fuses. I knew it was on the shelf. It had the shelf out there. Had it out there right there. And I'm not telling y'all anything that everybody didn't do back in them days. Anyway, I got some fuse one day, and we had a fireplace at the house, and had a little screen in front of it, like a little old wood screen. I had me a fuse about that long. I got me a fuse. I got me some matches. Mom, she was back there. She was in the kitchen doing something else. I lit that fuse, and I called out and said, "Look here, Mom, come here, look here, see what's going on." And I had the fuse behind the little fireplace screen, like it was a stick of dynamite back there. Man, she said, "What?" And she reached out and she didn't hesitate. She didn't call 911. She didn't call. She didn't call or stand out in the yard and holler for help.
She wasn't ringing the fire bell, huh?
She reached down there and she grabbed that fuse. She didn't know if it was a stick of dynamite back there or not. So she knew I was crazy, didn't have no sense. So she reached down there and she grabbed that fuse out there. She realized there wasn't nothing on that fuse. She threw that thing out the front door, opened that screen door, and threw it out there in the yard. And let me tell y'all what, when she got through with me, when she turned me loose, I did not have no dynamite on my mind, son.
You thought you was DEI, didn't you?
But she didn't call nobody. Hey, she didn't call nobody. Like 911. Oh, help! We got a dynamite lid in the house. Help! Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
She didn't call 911 to have to deal with you, did she?
No, never. See, I had a what do you call that thing? What do you call it? ADDH or whatever you call it. ADH something. They give them pills and all for that now.
Yeah.
She had a natural cure for it. It was organic. It grew in the yard on that.
That's right.
So I see some of these names popping up on the screen. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah.
They send you out there to get that Peachtree switch. You better not bring no little one in.
You better get you one.
You better come on, because they go get the whole tree if you brought the little one in. Man,
you better go get you one that'll work, son. Let me tell you.
And I'm assuming you never tried to pull that on your mom and say, "I'll call DFAX on you."
Oh yeah. No, there wasn't no DFAX. We had no DFAX.
What did Medea tell her? That little girl, she said, if you hit me, I'm gonna call 911. And she said, yeah, my daughter tried that one time. I hit her so hard she dialed 919. So go ahead and dial 911.
Oh man. You know, times have changed a lot since back then. I would have been, let's say, I was probably about 10. That would have been about 57 or 58, somewhere along in there. 10, 11, 12. I was inquisitive, you know. I want to see dramatic, you know. I want to. Being an only child, you had to entertain yourself, and I thought that would be some good entertainment. Get mama in there with a lit dynamite fuse in the fireplace. I was wrong. That was bad wrong.
You didn't do it but that one time either, did you?
I thought I done one time. I mean, the dynamite was off limits, and I exiled myself from the dynamite. Didn't nobody tell me I had no more to don't go near the dynamite.
Hey, that's a great lesson because you learned a lesson because of the consequences.
There was consequences in life back then. There were consequences in your actions. There ain't no consequences now. Hey man, you can burn the town down. Ain't no problem, man.
They don't care.
On fire, set the police car on fire. You know,
so
turn it up. Ain't no problem. Ain't no consequences.
So what you say is there had to be a line drawn in the sand, and you drew your own line about the dynamite. You know how close to get to it. You didn't cross that line.
No.
That
line was never crossed again. Oh, yeah.
I had some of them lines.
Crossed. You know, I'm not saying that. You know that I got salvation at that point. No, they did not. But other lines were crossed. You know, and
are there other lines in your life with her that you crossed?
They other lines, but anyway, I tell you, lines now mean nothing to
they don't.
It means nothing to them because they are in total control.
Yeah.
Well, look at society. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Same way with society. Hey, boys, Charlie, I reckon y'all see Charlie ain't with us tonight. He is supposedly off. He's supposedly off. This week was his birthday, and somebody came late this evening, gonna take him out to supper. So he said I hadn't had a vacation day in a while for the show, and so I'm gonna take off tonight. So I just thought
Mm.
I'd
Ain't that no problem. I
Yeah.
admire him for that. Mhm.
Yeah, somebody come to
Where'd he
offer
go?
buy
Did he,
me
did
some.
he say where he was going or what he was going to do?
he didn't say what he was going. He was kind of tight-lipped on that. But I do have this blast from the past right here that I'd like to show you all.
I thought that was a trivia question.
Well, it could have been. That
It
is
could be. It's too
It
late
still
now.
could be.
that is Ron Fuller with the belt, and then on the right, the one that is Bo Brummelish, if you will, is Charlie Platt.
That's it.
Look
Charlie.
like Donny Osmond. That's who he looked
Floyd, I
like.
bet you. Floyd, I bet you. He told me what year the suit was. Can you guess?
That suit right there was about 1972 or 73 at the latest, probably. I remember I had a suit like that, similar to that, and had a pair of pants. It wasn't exactly like that checkered that day, but it coordinated. It was a color like a
Yeah.
light brown.
That's
And
a
had
stylish
some
outfit right
boots
there.
that zip up on the side, with the high heels on.
Hey, but did you have that lay down collar where you could open that chest up
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, man, back about 1972, 73.
Yeah, but you're wrong on the date, Floyd. Wrong on the date. Charlie said it was 1976 when he wore that.
He said he wore that in 1976.
Uh-huh.
Well, see, okay. So where's this picture took at? Where's the states is this picture took at?
Alabama.
TV station in Dothan.
Okay, here's the deal. So he say that's 1976, 1977. See, I say it's 1972. See, because we over here in Georgia quit wearing suits like that in 1972.
Oh. Please, all you folks who have been watching Alabama, do not turn the channel. They had to pick on Charlie.
Well, picking on, I had no idea. I mean, I didn't know. You asked me what year was it, and I said 1972. I didn't know it was that. But anyway.
What did they call him back there? It was a leisure suit.
Leisure
That
suit.
That was a leisure. And that would be a good one for Charlie to wear, because he was very leisurely. He didn't never do too much work. Charlie was always.
He was a well-dressed man now.
Yeah, he was pretty leisure.
Put together in 1972, he would have been put together right there now.
Look at the hair, though. I mean, he was like Queen City, the Donny Osmond, or what was that other one, Andy Gibbs, or something like that from the 70s. I mean, that hair is just almost, you don't need him one out of place on it.
He put together.
I bet he used that.
Yeah, he ain't got them old long sideburns though.
No, but with hair like that,
that's why I thought it was 1972.
Because y'all quit wearing. There's Andre the Giant, and then who is that one over Ron Fuller's shoulder? I don't know who that one is. I can't tell on him, but I know that's Andre the Giant right there.
I bet you
that looked like Kid Rock back there behind Charlie's head.
Yeah. Charlie probably used that Aquanet hairspray to keep that hair like that.
I promise you he had it. That's what Granny used.
That's what Granny used. I guarantee you can spray your hair with that.
I want them hurting that.
You can spray your hair with that and stand right by a helicopter landing. He would never move a hair on your head.
If it hadn't been for the Pentecostal women, Aquanet had gone bankrupt years ago.
You know that's why Pentecostal women didn't smoke cigarettes. They like that cigarette lighter. Woof, woof.
Can you see Lester Goodman lighting one of that big old beehive going up in flames?
Where you at, Tony Clay? Where you at, Tony Clay?
Oh, Lordy.
Look at here, that's one of our buddies in Albany about LaVon Nichols. Mr. LaVon Nichols said that's Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Oh,
okay.
Hey,
All right.
They used to come up there and raffle all the time up at the Hassan Shrine Temple. Look at Clayton trying with his fire.
Yeah, he's chiming in, ain't he?
Throwing fire at us. Oh, that mercy.
How much money you reckon Pentecostal women have spent on hairspray?
Oh man, you can just about pay the national debt off. Hey, look at here. Oh, wait a minute. Aquanet and bobby pins.
That's
Oh,
right. Man, and that was some strong stuff. You be in the bathroom in there and Granny be spraying that air, you had to go outside and hunt some air somewhere. It'd take all the oxygen out of the room. That was
Yeah,
some
they there
bad
with a
stuff.
gas mask.
I wonder what it's made out of.
Mm.
Super glue. That's where they got super glue
Is
from.
that
Was
what
from
yeah, the super glue is a
yeah,
compound of aquanet.
Aquanet. Yeah, that's how they invented super glue with
Oh,
Aquanet. But it didn't move. You could
oh.
spray a fly with that, and he never flew again. He just stayed right there. That was it. Because I used to do it and get in trouble about wasting the Aquanet spraying flies with them.
Clay is claiming the Pentecostals are accepting responsibility for global warming right
Yeah,
there.
the first hole in the ozone layer with the aquanet. You know, you could use that. You could use that to kill wasp nests with.
Yeah, because they couldn't fly. Ain't no way they
It
could
was
fly.
like it was like bear spray. You know, you could spray it if somebody attacking you. You could spray it in the eyes, and the eyes it glue shut.
Just freeze up. That was some bad stuff. It didn't play. But it's like anything else, they had to quit selling it because if they kept selling that, all this other hairspray they got, they wouldn't be none of that.
It'd be
They
gone.
wouldn't. They wouldn't be none of it.
They had the market cornered on it.
They
Well, you
still
used to.
can you still buy Aquanet?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Some of y'all Pentecostal women that may be tuned in tonight, and let us know if you can still buy Aquanet. If any of y'all are still watching we've let the Pentecostals rest for a
For a
long
long time.
time.
I don't reckon they really know that Ada Pencil Johnson got his hair all dyed down. You reckon he used that stuff to hold it in place when he got up there?
Now, Pencil had the pomade. He had the pomade. He put that pomade on there. He hold that in place. He couldn't hold it. He didn't use the Aquanet. He used that was for his wife, Sister
I bet
Pinky
me
Lou.
Pinky Lou had it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey
But
boys, we gotta pay some bills.
Ooh.
Lord, tell us.
Oh man, one of my most favorite places in all the world, one of my most favorite peoples in all the world, Miss Ziggy B Seafood Market. Y'all know where it's at. Y'all come on to Carpet, Georgia. Make you a special trip to Carpet, Georgia. If you get seafood hungry and you know how to cook, but if you don't know how to cook, call her. She'll steam it for you. She knows how to steam. She's got that steamer dialed in. You get it and you take it home with you and you fix you some sides and you can eat, do whatever you want to do with it. But y'all see Ziggy B. Ziggy B, she's one of our best sponsors, been with us a long time. And we love her. We love her dearly. She has a good product. Y'all go by and see Ziggy B Seafood Market here in Carpet, Georgia, right out here on West Main Street. That's just some of what she's got right there. She got some of the best oysters, freshest oysters, right? Cedar Key oysters down there. Some of good salmon, shrimp, scallops, crawfish, catfish, mullet, whatever you want. She's got it in the seafood line, and you can take it home and eat it. And I guarantee you, it will agree with you and get you a shot of that elderberry syrup right there before you go to bed every night. And you'll lay down and go to sleep, and you'll be glad you took you a shot of that good stuff.
That's right.
Seafood right here in Carwood, Georgia.
Boys, a lot been going on in the news this week. A lot been
Mm-hmm.
in the news this week. We got a new vice presidential candidate on the Democratic side. Walz, is that his name? WALZ, the former governor of the state of Minnesota.
Hey,
What
what?
y'all?
I don't know. I don't know
What?
much about him. I can't figure him. I can't figure out what he is. I can't figure out if he's a clown or either if he's having seizures. I can't figure out what he is. The only way I can figure out what he is him pumping his hands all up in the air like he's it's a clown. I think is the best way I can figure out what he is. So he's from Minnesota. In fact, is where he's from. And Minnesota is a place where Saint George Floyd, met his demise. Jacked up on fentanyl, and they was trying to arrest him, and he swallowed them a handful of fentanyl and died. And they sent some poor policeman to prison for life for killing him. But he's a I tell you what he is. He's a complete Marxist lunatic. If you Democrats, any of y'all are still listening, that's what he is. And he is stupider than Kamala Harris, if there's any way to be that.
Wait a minute, that's pretty bad now.
Pretty bad. I know. I mean, that's my opinion. You know, we have opinions, viewpoints,
Well,
and that's my opinion and my
yeah,
viewpoint.
he loves fire because he let them about burn up the whole state of Minnesota.
Yeah, he
He
had a little
loves
burn.
fire.
And his wife said she let the windows up so she could
Yeah.
smell the
Smell
rubber
it.
burning.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else's tires on their car, somebody else's business burning, and she loved the smell of it. Now and let me tell you something, you folks out there, you Democrats, you call yourself a Democrat. That's who you are. You're the same kind of person as those people are right there that love to smell somebody else's business burning to the ground.
Oh,
You see
I
what
got
Bill
a
put, don't you?
yeah, I see
Tampon
it.
signing into law requiring, listen to the word there, requiring tampon dispensers in boys' bathrooms in the schools, public schools in
School
Minnesota.
Wait a
system.
minute now. What's a boy gonna do with one of them?
Ain't gonna do nothing with it. Ain't gonna play with it. Ain't gonna do nothing with it. It's
It's useless.
useless. They're useless.
And if you ain't a
Democrats
boy,
are useless.
you ain't got no business in that bathroom.
Well,
You know,
I know.
when we gonna grow up? I it ain't that hard to tell if you are a boy or a girl. All you got to do is pull your pants down and look.
Check
You
it.
can
That's right.
see. That's
Mhm.
all you got to do. And
Mhm.
if you can't tell the difference, let somebody else look and tell
Let
you.
somebody else look at you, tell you.
Yeah, it ain't that
Yeah.
hard.
It ain't that
It
hard
ain't
to
that
figure
hard.
out. Hey, whoa, man, you ain't no woman. Whoa, you don't need no feminine hygiene products.
I have no idea what. I mean, that's just about the stupidest thing that I've heard of in my life.
I mean, so, but it's the truth. I mean, he put it into he put
He
it
yeah,
in law.
he ordained it to happen, y'all. It's required that you got to have tampon dispensers in boys' restrooms in the state of Minnesota. Now that's how stupid he is. And any of you Democrats call yourself a Democrat and say, "Oh, it's just abortion is just a one issue thing." No, it ain't. They worship at the altar of abortion. Number one, and number two, they're lunatics. If you vote for them, if you call yourself a sensible person. I understand all you crazy folks out there voting for him. I understand you ain't got enough sense. You ain't got enough sense to come in out of the rain. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know who you're voting for. But if you call yourself an educated person and you're supposed to be aware of what's going on in this country, and you vote for one of them clowns, you just as crazy as they are.
You know, I think we'd probably be better if about half these woke up folks would go back to sleep. Just
Mm-hmm.
going back. They ain't
You go back to
going back to
sleep.
sleep.
Go
Yeah,
back to sleep. Sleep. Yeah. We'll send you a
yeah.
check. Just go to sleep.
I, that's that's about the stupidest thing I have ever heard of
Yeah.
in my life. Is
Well, man, they have got the Democrat Party set on fire. Man, they are Mr. Excitement. You remember what was that old race car driver they called him, Mr. Excitement? That he'd wreck everybody on the track, Queasel. What was that? Jimmy Spencer. You remember
yep.
Mr. Jimmy Spencer?
I remember.
Mr. Excitement. Mr. Excitement. He never won a race. He was leading one time and wrecked himself and about 4 other cars. But he was Mr. Excitement. He never won a race. But and that's what they are.
He teared some
Man,
stuff.
they just pumping their fist all up in the air and hooping and hollering. And that old crazy man, he'll kick. Y'all watch him man once in a while, he'll kick his foot out every once in a while. Now that's a sign of a straight crazy person right there. I'm telling you.
Hey, but now listen to me. Listen to me. In
What?
terms of liberalism, he's twice the liberal Kamala Harris is.
Mm-hmm. He took his honeymoon in China. In China. Him and his stupid wife took that's as stupid as Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders took his honeymoon in Russia. And that's
What,
one of the Democrat darlings right there.
wait now, what else happened to Bernie Sanders too?
Bernie Sanders is the only man I have ever heard of in history that got kicked out of a hippie commune because he was too lazy. out of a hippie commune because he was too lazy. Now,
Oh.
how do you be too lazy to coexist in a hippie commune?
Do you reckon they've ever
So
said that on The View? What
I
you just
want
said?
to.
They ever told that on The
I
View?
wish they would get us on the View.
Yeah, I'd make
I'd
that
like to
deal.
get on the View with
Yeah, I
Whoopi
would too.
and whoever them
But
other lunatics are.
this fella in Minnesota, if he put them tampons in the boys' restroom, did he put urinals in the girls' restrooms?
He should have. I hope he did. And for the diversity
That
and
kid.
equity and inclusiveness.
Now, what kind of sense does that make?
No, here's what the sense is. Boys, no, I ain't gonna say that. Some of them straight lunatics. I've seen some men that are straight. We saw some in Atlanta up there that night. You know, we were doing that show up there in the hotel. We
Yeah,
saw some
that's
of
right.
them that
That's right.
that went to the women's bathroom, and
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
see them. You could see them a mile off.
And they didn't come in there and listen to us too much neither.
They,
You know,
they,
I,
this, no, they left.
I
For
wonder
y'all who
why.
might be interested in what we're talking about, we was invited up there to an Eastern Star event up there, and those of you who know what the Eastern Star is know what I'm talking about. There's no need me trying to explain to you that don't know what it is. But we were up there doing a show for the Eastern Star, and had a great time with those ladies and their husbands and all in there. But we was in there in the lobby, and they was a group of transvestites. They were not transsexuals; they were transvestites. Some of them had a beard long as mine, and had their high heel shoes on and their dresses on, and their dang pocketbooks and their wigs on. Now you want to see a bunch of stupid people, stupid men. You want to stagger up on that, and don't stagger up on it while you are imbibing, but go. You may say something that you ain't supposed to say, but we looking at them fools and they're walking around, and they walking around and they're like that's the normal
Yeah,
thing.
walked around like they owned the place.
Yeah,
You know,
I
yeah.
mean,
and
They were proud of it. Hey man, they were proud of it.
if you put lipstick on a hog, what is it?
You
a
got a hog
hog.
with lipstick on it, smeared
Put
on.
a dress and a wig on an ugly man. What do you
You
have?
got an
An
ugly
ugly
man.
man.
You got a man with a wig and a dress and lipstick on.
You know, and there's some of these that and y'all are putting the pictures on. There's one of them that does something in the government. One of them ain't no doubt they ain't a man because there ain't no way there's ever been a woman that ugly.
He's a
They ain't
man. He's
that
in charge of. He's the second in charge of your health
yeah.
department. That's Rachel Levine. His name is Richard Levine. So he decided he done had a wife and 2 or 3 children. His wife must have been some ugly woman. I mean, she must have been a straight A. For
He,
him to say,
no,
man, I'm giving this up.
hey, they got married at New Jeans nighttime weddings in Normal, Florida.
That's exactly right. That's where they got married at.
Hey,
That's,
did
that's
you?
one of the ugliest human beings. He's in Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's
Yeah.
cabinet because they ain't the same person in the cabinet, and the whole cabinet ain't the same person in the cabinet. No.
Do you see what Brandon Lane put on there? Look at it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll make
yeah,
the boys sit
yeah.
down when they pee.
Took took the
Yeah, that's what
urinals
they
out of the
want.
boys' restroom to teach them to sit down when they pee. Yeah,
Anything that's normal, gotta go, baby. If you're a Democrat.
What is it
it's
called?
just
Emasculate. They want to emasculate the men. That's
Oh
what they
yeah,
want.
that's bad. That's an ugly word. Yeah. What is it they call it? It's something. What do they call it? Masculine. Like oppression. They got what?
Aggression. Isn't it masculine?
Aggression. That's it. Masculine aggression for being a
you,
man.
we we on this. I almost forgot it. The other day we was talking. I had a vendor call me, and we was looking at some different kind of software stuff at work for the fire department. And we got out there and he was telling me all about what he said. He come over and he said, when it gets down to the gender, he said, you know, you have to pick, you have to now put what gender. He said, you can pick for several. I said, well, we don't need but 2. He said, but you can get any you want. They list. I said, I told you we don't need But two, he said, well, that's y'all. He said you can put ever how many you want there. I said we need a male and we need a female. I said because that's all it's going to be him. And he just
He
he
didn't like
couldn't get
that.
over the fact
Yeah.
that we didn't want but two.
It's
Mm-hmm.
like that at doctor's offices now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Yeah.
let. We just had a viewer to send this in, and I want to give me just a second here. I want to show you this right here. This is gonna kind of bring it to life a little bit here. Let me get this uploaded on here. Just look at this. This will blow your mind right here now. And they say J.D. Vance is weird.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's
Mm.
it. That's them right
It's
there.
all
Uh-huh.
it's all men right there. All men.
All
Mm.
of them is men, and that one in the bottom down there with the two twins is Pete Buttigieg and his husband, who he is in charge of the transportation safety for the United States of America. And that one up there with the purple dress on is Richard Levine, who is second in command of the health department for the United States of America. And that one up there with the red dress on, that's Sam Brinton. He was in charge of disposing of the nuclear waste for the United States of America. And I don't know who this stooge is
That's the
over here on the
Bud
list.
Light. That's the Bud Light woman man
That's
right
I
the
there.
tell
Bud
you
Light.
what,
Yeah,
I bet
Bud
you
Light.
can't
That's
get
them.
Bud Light
All
within
of
a
them people right there, all of them is Joe Biden, Democrat, and Kamala Harris, Democrats. That's you. If you're a Democrat, that's you.
And one more plug there. Those two on the bottom have a set of fake bosoms that they swap around feeding them youngins.
Feed the
They,
Mm.
children, yeah. And
they strap on.
Buttigieg took 6 weeks off for maternity leave. They are useless. These people are totally
Well,
useless. They are insane, and they need to be somewhere where they don't have control of anything.
I tell you what, I bet you though, I bet you couldn't find a can of beer around that other one nowhere of no brand of any kind nowhere around. Uh, I saw a thing the other day on the news where it said that Bud Light is still suffering
Yeah,
from that little deal that they did.
like to broke
And
them. Like to broke them.
Hey, go for it,
yeah,
man. Hey, they don't care. All these woke corporations, all these hippies that's in charge of all these corporations now, they care less about profit. It means nothing to them. It's all about
but
social posturing.
I can't understand, and I'm serious when I say this. I can't understand if God made you a woman. Why do you think you a man? And if God made you a man, why do you think you a woman? Why you got to do all that stuff? I just I can't swallow it. I can't. It's over here. It goes way up here somewhere. All I know to do is steer clear of them kind of folk because they scare me.
They scare me. They scare me.
They
They
scare me.
make me nervous now. They show
Uh,
that they're in
they
charge.
uh, you know.
Speaking of making folks nervous, Queens will tell them about Shingler Law.
Well, see, I don't know if people heard me last week when I announced this or not because it wasn't supposed to be announced. But y'all know me; I can't keep no secret. So I'm gonna tell you again about this deal. Just how good this man is. Back first part of last week, I believe it was a week before that, they made a big announcement down there in Florida that they had dropped all charges against Donald Trump. But what they didn't do, they didn't tell the whole story. They dropped those charges just as quick as Billy Shingler walked in that courtroom with Donald Trump. When they looked up and seen him, they said, throw it out, it's all gone, get it gone. They gone. They got in there, put all that stuff. But see, I done figured Mr. Shingler out. Me and Floyd Marvin were talking about this for the show. Uh Shingler and his lawyer buddies, they kind of like a bunch of wrestlers. These wrestlers, they get out there in that ring, boy, they at one another's throat, and all that and all. But before the wrestling match and after the wrestling match, after they talk about how they gonna break one another's neck and throw them out the door and hit them with a chair and all that kind of stuff, they all go out and eat together. And before they all get together and sit and talk and eat lunch and do all that kind of stuff, they buddy till it gets showtime. And boy, when it gets showtime, them lawyers can put on a show, and Billy Shangler is the best of them. If you need something done, let him come put on his show for you. Let him go in that courtroom, and they gonna say not guilty. It's over. You got it. You done. 229-524-1225. I'll never tell you that he's the best lawyer in the world. He's just the best lawyer anybody's ever seen.
And this month, special only at Billy Shingler Law, $6,000 prepay for whatever legal expense you might have. You prepay $6,000 for prepaid legal, you get a free simple wheel with it.
He's
Marvin, you know, we all up on the news, me and you and Queasel. We stay on the news, and we got a publication here in Colquitt, Georgia that I read. I mean, I read it religiously. It comes out on Tuesday. It's called the Miller County Liberal, and it's anything but liberal. The name does not define what the contents of it is. But he puts in things, interesting things. And some of y'all need to be out there if you want to really be informed. You can go online and you can subscribe to the Miller County Liberal, and you get it on your computer every Tuesday whenever it comes out. But I like the print version. I like to read it so it's something tangible. I can hold it in my hand and I can read it. And to have a police report in here. Colquitt, Georgia. This is the Colquitt, Georgia. This is the official organ of the city of Colquitt, Georgia. I love to read. I love to read books and things. And I find it interesting. But City of Colquitt police report, and this is from August the 7th, 2024. It's dramatic now. We're gonna have to really think about this for a minute. Now I'm gonna help solve this crime. It's a crime being committed, and I'm gonna help law enforcement. If you're listening, anybody listening in law enforcement, if you listen to me, I'm gonna help you solve this crime. Shoplifting. I'm funny if you want a business. While inside the Family Dollar store on July the 27th. Now remember this date, July 27th, 2024 at 2:38 p.m. This is a sergeant in the Colquitt Police Department. Sergeant Glover was making a purchase, like normal people do. He's in the dollar store, he's buying him something. I don't know what he's buying, don't matter. While he was making a purchase and was informed of a theft. And when I read that, I stopped. I said, man, there's somebody in there right now stealing something. And Sergeant Glover is fixing to have to put a bullet in him. But read further. Okay. The theft, okay, y'all just remember that date that I just gave y'all. This was July 27th. He was informed of a theft. Okay. The theft occurred on July 26th. That was the previous date. That's 24 hours right there that he can be gone. Okay. Between 4:17 and 4:37 p.m. in the afternoon. They got it all. They got the time on it. But that was a whole day. See, that the criminal has had to, his trail's done washed out, by now. So anyway, the product, y'all bear with me now. The product that was taken was a tube of Fix-A-Dent Ultra. And for some of you, maybe that have no idea what Fix-A-Dent Ultra is false teeth adhesive, what you hold your false teeth in your mouth. Fix-A-Dent Ultra. That was what was stolen with a cost of $7.56.
Good Lord.
$7.56 for a tube of false teeth.
I'd hate to know what the teeth cost.
Yeah, what the teeth cost. Okay. He said he watched, Sergeant Glover watched the security footage and did not recognize, listen to me now, did not recognize the white male that took the product. This case is currently being investigated. Let me help y'all. Let me help you, Colquitt Police Department. Okay. The first thing that you need to that you need to understand in solving a crime is the race of the perpetrator and the gender of the perpetrator. So here we got two clues right here already, right here in front of you. It's a white male. That's the first two clues. So don't go be looking for no black folks or no Mexicans or no or no Chinese folks. Look for white males. And the other clue is the product that he stole was Fixodent. So the next thing you need to be looking for a white male with false teeth. And if you'll do that, you can narrow your search down.
And wait for it, there's one more. If you come across one and his teeth is slipping and sliding, you can rule him out.
Rule him out. That's it. That's right. See, you got to use deduction, the law of deduction. You got to eliminate suspects. So if y'all will, anybody at the Colquitt Police Department that might be listening in tonight, or with the Sheriff's Department that's helping solve this major crime in Colquitt, Georgia, you're welcome to use this information that I'm sharing.
Hey, let me say this though, Floyd. Let me give one thing. Imagine what it would be in New York City.
So I guess you saying if the teeth ain't slipping and sliding, that Reverend Johnson is not a suspect.
He ain't a suspect. If his teeth is all slipping, he's talking to you and the teeth is all slipping and sliding and chattering back and forth, rule him out.
Well, number one, Reverend Johnson ain't gonna pay $7 for no.
He ain't gonna pay no $7.
No, but them sisters out there will though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh Lord,
them sisters are bad for him.
Hey, only in Colquitt, Georgia.
Only in Colquitt, Georgia, man. They just, and this is the garden spot of the world right here. Let me tell you. And if you live in New York City, or if you live in California, or you live in Massachusetts, do not move here. We do not want you here. Don't move here.
Hey, next thing you know, they'll be moving here and using the bathroom in the street.
That's right.
Hey guys, TK's Bar and Grill, 571 North Custer Street. Head out on 45 North out of Colquitt. You'll go right by it. TK's Bar and Grill. Man, they got a fabulous steak, great sandwiches, awesome salad bar. A lot of times they got live music going on there. TK's Bar and Grill. Hey, if you don't want to sit in there and eat in their nice establishment, you want to take it home, call in your order. They'll get it ready for you. Go pick it up and take it home and eat it in the comfort of your own home. Great food, great atmosphere, great location. TK's Bar and Grill, 229-254-7855, 71 North Cuthbert Street in Colquitt. TK's Bar and Grill. Go by and see them. Tell them you heard about them on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Hey, it's time for the trivia time here on Southern Hissy Fits Trivia Time on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits, 109 West College Street, southwestern corner. You got the phone numbers right there. Give them a call. Call Miss Vicky up and say, hey, I need this, and I promise you, if she doesn't have it, she can order it for you. Embroidery, T-shirts, tumblers, digital designs, logos, a host of things that you can get done right there at Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. And as a matter of fact, they do custom car tags, and the winner of the Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show trivia time tonight, sponsored by Southern Hissy Fits, will win one of these car tags. And here's the question for tonight. I need the year, make, and model of this car. Year, make, and model of this automobile right here. And you will be a winner. I need your name and the year, make, and model of this car right here. And you will be a winner on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show trivia time, brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits. 229-254-5060. That's the magic number. Year, make, and model number of that automobile right there. That's what I need. Do y'all know what it is?
You talking to me?
I'm talking to both of y'all. Yeah.
That for the days I started turning wrenches right there. I don't believe I know what that one is.
Yeah, I know what it is. I don't know the year and the model and all that, but I know what kind of car it is. I don't know nobody that had one of them, but I remember. I remember I'd get my old Hot Rod magazine back when I was a boy, and they'd have that in there, and it'd be all souped up and all had a big old Chrysler Hemi motor or something, and it'd be drag racing. But I remember what it was.
All right, I got a 1954 DeSoto. That is not correct.
Nope.
1961 Studebaker. That
Nope.
is not correct. Neither one of those is correct. Got a 59 Angelina Ford. That's from Dynamite. That is not right either. Got a 1951 Studebaker, nor the 54 DeSoto is correct. I will give you this clue. We'll give you this clue. The 51 Studebaker, the year is correct. You did get the year correct, but that is not the make and model number. That is not the make and model. It is a 1951. 1951. But I need the make and model number. While we're waiting on those, I had a viewer that texted in, Floyd. He was enamored by your story of being a child when you were a child and how you misbehaved and didn't do well. You know, you misbehaved and you had to suffer the consequences of it. And he said it reminded him of a story when his daddy got off from the mill one night and he and his brother had not mowed the lawn. His daddy had told him to mow the lawn and they did what they wanted to do. And he came in at midnight, if you will, on the shift and they had not mowed the lawn. He got them both out of the bed, gave them a flashlight apiece, one of them a pair of scissors and one of them a pocket knife, and said, in the morning when I get up, I want the grass cut.
Come on.
That's what I'm talking about right
Uh-huh.
there.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Have mercy. Oh yeah, I never did. Mom never did. My mama was spontaneous. It was instant gratification for her, and then it was over. You know, it was over with.
What was that you said at Bellevue? She'd look at you and say,
She said, "I'm gonna tend to you."
did you understand that in plain English?
It was from. It could have been tended to. Could have been any time from that moment until the time we got to the back door of the house after church.
If your mama or daddy used the word tend and you in the same sentence, it was never good. It was never good news.
I'm gonna tend to you.
That's right.
Tyler Richardson texted and said, if that automobile was yellow, it could be the car Mr. Bean drove on the TV show.
I don't know about that. Mr. Who?
Mr. Bean. You ain't never seen him, that foreign guy? Little old goofy looking guy? You got to Google him.
I never seen Mr. Bean.
Yeah, him and Marvin's kin.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got it yet. It is a 1951, but it is not a Willis.
Man, I can't believe nobody don't know what that. Bill Dismuke is not watching this show. Dynamite, you need to tell Bill Dismuke he needs to tune in and watch this show. He could get all of the old car trivia.
You think Bill would know that one?
He would know exactly what it was. He won't know. He would know exactly what it was. You need to call him Dynamite and get him hooked up. And I don't know why he don't do it. Me and him friends on Facebook or something. I don't know. He maybe done gone to bed and go to sleep at before 8 o'clock at night. I don't know. But if he was watching this show, he would know exactly what that car was.
All right, we don't have a winner tonight, but I'm going to give you the answer. That right there you're looking at is a 1951 Henry J. A 1951 Henry J.
And it was
I ain't never heard.
Henry J.
I ain't never heard of that.
It was a Kaiser, Henry J. Kaiser. He was going to have a compact car. It didn't work. He was ahead of his time. Them Japanese got in here and beat him to the punch.
That's one vehicle I don't think I ever heard of.
I ain't never seen one. Like I say, I see them in them hot rod magazines. They'd have them all jacked up, with the Hemi, supercharged Hemi motor in it and the big slicks on the back. They make gases out of them. Look at that. That LaVon Nichols. She said 51 Henry Kaiser. Send her the tag. Yeah. She got in right under the wire there, Marvin.
Hey, send me the text me your address.
Mm-hmm. Skip knew what. That's her husband, Skip. Yeah. Send us your address there. LaVon, send it to Marvin. Send it to Marvin, and we'll get you a car tag.
Yeah, just text it to that number right there. Hey, Quizle, if you don't mind, tell them about our good friends.
Well, I tell you what, I I hear people talking about them all the time. It just every week somebody's talking about this place. The Holstered Nine. They got any kind of firearm that you might want. In the way that things are in our world today, it's certainly important that we protect ourselves and our family and our property. And they're the people that's got what you need. They got any kind of handgun you might want, all kind of pistols. They got automatic. They got revolvers. They got whatever you want. Any kind of ammunition, long guns, rifles, shotguns. They got all that stuff. Hunting season. Hunting season just around the corner. Any kind of shotgun you need, shells, whatever it is you need, they got it. They got getting ready for deer season, scopes. They'll get them things, get them mounted on you, get them rifles outfitted any way that you want them. I know that the hogs is causing problems. They got all you need for your hog hunting guns and whatever it is. They got all that stuff. Got it in stock. All you got to do is go down there and talk to them. And if you don't know exactly what you need, they'll help you with it. They just good, honest people. And if you step next door, they got anything you need for your vehicle, anything to do with the maintenance of your car, your truck, changing the oil, all kind of grease, lubricants, all the farm lubricants that you need. Anything you need in the line of mechanical, they got it. Got a nice little gift shop for the ladies if you want to get to get a little something special there. They got that, and they are also the home of those world renowned Floyd B. Lloyd rabbit pellet grills. They got them, got all different sizes from the big ones to the kind you can put in the trunk of your car. They got whatever you need. They got the rabbit pellets, all different flavor to go with them. Good folks, honest people. They appreciate your business. Easy to find. 27, just south of town, Highway 27, just south of the square in Concord, right under those two beautiful American flags. Go see them. Tell them the Dirt Road Sports, Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports sent you. They might give you a discount. They might not, but they might. You don't never know till you try.
Hey guys, just had a viewer send this in. They checked with their stockbroker this morning and said, "What should I be buying?" And he told them canned goods and ammunition.
Yeah, go down to the Holton 9 and get you some.
That's right.
Right there to the Holstered Nine. What better place to go get it? The ammunition right there than the Holstered Nine. Boys, I want to show you this right here. This is your Democratic vice presidential nominee made this statement: gathering in large numbers in the church, we simply don't want that happening. That is
COVID. He was shutting them down during the COVID.
That was a quote by Tim Walz.
We don't want no church folks. No.
Right
So
there.
any you Democrat church folks out there, there's your man. There's your man. All you folks that go to these Democrat churches and hoop and holler and shout and carry on. There's your man right there.
He's gonna get to say that again one day. He's gonna get to say that one more time to somebody. They gonna say, now what was that you said on this day at this time? He's gonna get to repeat that.
Yeah, but then he gonna hear some words if he ain't.
Yeah, he's gonna hear them. He sure
He
will.
gonna hear some words. Yeah, when JD Vance gets up there with him, and they go to talking about war stories, and coming up and being somebody, I think Vance can stand toe to toe with that.
Yeah. I think JD Vance actually toted a gun in war, didn't he? I believe.
I don't know, but I know that clown didn't. I wouldn't want to be nowhere around that clown with him with a loaded gun.
Hey Floyd, tell them about Sawega Meat Company.
Man, one of my favorite most folks in all the whole world. Sawega Meat Company. They don't never quit growing. They in Colquitt, Georgia, have on Highway 27 between Colquitt and Blakely, Georgia. They in Headland, Alabama on 431 over there, right across from the old International Tractor dealership over there. They doing business. And let me tell you, they ain't scared. They got what you want in there. They ain't scared to stock what you want, what they think you want. If you want it in a good meat product, you go see Sawega Meat Company. They got some of the best steaks that you ever had in your life. In fact, tonight, me and Nadine, we go in there and get us a Floyd B. Lloyd special. That's 2 of them 8-ounce fillets. They'll cut them for you. They'll put them in a vacuum pack. And see, you take them home and then put them in your freezer locker and throw them out whenever you want one. That's what we had tonight. We had two of them good Sawega Floyd B. Lloyd specials fillets, 2 8-ounce fillets. We put them on the grill and cooked them. They were delicious, absolutely delicious. Never had a bad piece of meat at Sawega Meat Company. I've had the sausage, I've had the pan sausage, I've had the link sausage, I've had the smoked pork chops, I've had the steaks. Go to Sawega Meat Company right here, halfway between Concord and Blakely, Georgia, on Highway 27, and then Headland, Alabama, on Highway 431. You will not go wrong. They got all kind of products in there that you might want, all kind of sauces and everything that you might want to make your life be better. They got it right there at Sawega Meat Company. Check them out. Sawega Meat Company. You cannot go wrong.
Hey, and also, by the way, saw it on their Facebook page today. If you're looking for a job, they are hiring. Go see them. Sawega Meat Company. Hey, guys, Berry Hill Auctioneers, Mr. T.C. Berry Hill himself. www.berryhillauctioneers.com. That's his website. He is a great friend of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show since day one. He is a sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of the Floyd B. Lloyd list of impossibilities and a whole lot more.
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you, TC. We love you, buddy. Hope everything's going good with you. Hope everything is rolling right along. I've been watching you on some of your auctions there that it's been doing. Everything looks like been bringing good money. And you know what I've always say, the way that you know whether or not you had a successful auction is whether or not the people that bought on your auction pay for their items with a good check or cash. So apparently that's still working because he's still sponsoring us. Impossibility that there is any Jewish man in the world. Any of you Jews might be watching tonight. There's any Jewish man in the world that is more stupid than super Jew honky first husband Doug M. Hoff. Impossibility that any of Hunter Biden's $500,000 paintings are now worth over $75. All you stupid people that bought them paintings from Hunter for $50,000, $100,000, y'all are the stupidest. Y'all, you need to just go somewhere. You need to go somewhere and find you a high cliff, and you need to sit up there until the buzzers start pecking on you. Don't jump.
Hey, did you believe it or not? Did you know they now are thinking that they sold influence to some foreign guy? Can you believe that?
What kind of influence?
Yeah,
Influence to do what? Show them how to smoke crack cocaine?
have access to daddy and policy.
To the big guy. Have access to the big guy.
Yeah.
Go
Big guy.
Matt.
The big guy is gone. The big guy, let me tell you what about the big guy. They have put him to bed.
Yep.
The big guy is persona non grata. But let me tell you about the big guy. Let me tell you what the big guy. See, they don't know. Big guy knows a lot of stuff on all of them.
Oh yeah.
Don't be surprised if one morning you wake up and the big guy has not woke up.
Something to think about.
Hey, hadn't it happened before?
It has happened before. Yeah. Just don't be surprised if he passes peacefully in his sleep. And then what's Hunter gonna do? Whew, mercy. Impossibility that Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, or Al Sharpton have ever had meaningful employment or ever paid for anything with their own money. Sharpton ain't never paid for nothing. He ain't never paid for one thing. He ain't even paid his taxes. He ain't got to pay no taxes. He's exempt. He's a diversity, so he ain't got to worry about no taxes.
Well, ain't Nancy Pelosi want them to carve a picture of the big guy on the mountain?
Yeah. She said he needs to be there. That he was. What? Yeah, he needs to be there. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what he needs to be. He needs, what's that biblical thing about a millstone tied around somebody's neck? That's the closest thing he needs to get to a rock is
To
a
a piece of granite.
millstone. You know the scriptures both of y'all know the scripture I'm talking about. Hmm?
Yeah.
The closest thing Joe Biden needs to be to a rock.
Can you picture that? Can you picture that hanging up there on Mount Rushmore?
His skin would be so tight. His skin would be so tight, and the glare would be so reflective off of it that you couldn't see nothing. It would blind you. Is anybody in America that has had who has had more facelifts than Joe Biden? Yeah, Nancy Pelosi. Nadine said Nancy Pelosi. Joe Biden has had so many facelifts that if he unbuttoned the top collars of his shirt, it would look like he had a chewed chitlin for a tie.
They told
Any of y'all out there that have ever seen a chewed chitlin, you know what I'm talking about. How much longer y'all think they gonna let us stay on the air?
it ain't
Huh?
gonna be long.
I'm surprised we've stayed on this
I'm
long.
surprised we still on it.
Hey,
Ain't
we
nothing
going.
but the truth.
They said somebody said one time that Nancy Pelosi's face had seen more knives than a Japanese steakhouse.
Yeah, them Mikados. You right. And a choppity, choppity, chop, chop. Man. Oh, them people are so stupid. Impossibility. Here's one I'm going to give y'all some deep thought in on this one. Any possibility that any mismanaged forest in California has ever set itself on fire due to climate change? They'll have a
Hey,
forest fire in California. It'll burn up 100,000 acres, and they can't figure it out. It's climate change. No, it
yeah,
ain't. It's forest mismanagement. Y'all won't let
exactly
any
right.
timber. You won't let them do away with any of the old fallen trees. You won't let them cut fire breaks out there. Here's your sign, Democrats. This is who these stupid people are. Good God. Yeah, it's just, climate change caused that forest fire. Yeah, it just self combusted.
Mm-hmm. The
I tell you,
climate.
I've been in the top of barns with a tin roof on the top of it in the middle of August, stacking bales of hay, Bermuda grass hay that weighed about 75 or 80 pounds of bale, stacking them into the loft. And you talk about hot, but I have never been in a barn that just set itself on fire.
Mm.
Up there stacking that hay. Never have. But
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
I think climate change is a new thing.
I'm gonna tell you a good way to look at that, Floyd. That the climate change probably didn't cause the fire, but the fire would cause the climate to change. Because you just think it's hot before that fire start.
Uh-huh.
Once that fire starts, you get out there putting it out. That climate has changed. They just got it backwards.
I just got it back.
They
Burning up
don't understand it.
hundreds of
Yeah,
$500,000 to
yeah,
$1 million homes. And
yeah.
it's climate change. God, what some idiots.
Yep, yep.
Here's one. SM, this is a rerun, if y'all will, if I may, just bear with me. It's an impossibility that Hillary Clinton's drawers smell like anything other than boiled rutabagas. That's funny. That's a good one, ain't it? I like
Yeah,
that. That's a good. I like it. Here's another one. It's an impossibility that Stacey Abrams' drawers smells like anything other than a sack of wet squirrels. An impossibility that Joe Biden can't go 8 hours without having a bowel evacuation in his depends. That's it. That's all I can do tonight, boys. I'm jaded.
hey, Hey, Queasel, tell them about the weather coming up, if you will.
Oh man, we so glad and so thankful for our friends at Kelly Crop Insurance. You know, if you got any kind of insurance needs on your crops, them the folks you need to go see. They do a great job. They look after many farmers. I know I got several friends as farmers that depend on them to insure their crop, and they good enough. They think enough of us that they sponsor Charlie's 7-day forecast. Well, Charlie ain't here today, so I'm gonna kind of build it for him. There, it's gonna be hot. Gonna be hot. Got highs running, in the upper 90s. And that's just gonna be the ambient temperature. So they ain't no telling what the heat index is gonna be. It's gonna be probably well over 100 degrees. The coolness early in the morning is cool for a little while, but boy, when that old sun comes up, it don't take long to warm up. Looking like might get a chance of rain. They talking about maybe a little bit of chance sometime this weekend. 35% chance on Monday, and then gonna hold on through the week, and then toward Thursday, the end of next weekend, look like we might have a little higher chance of rain. But keep your eye on the weather. They got another system out there in the Atlantic that they got their eyes on. So we got to wait and see what that thing's doing. And let me tell you, these summertime late evening thunderstorms, they got some dangerous lightning in there with them. Y'all be careful when it goes to thundering and lightning. Get in the house. They ain't no job that important. You need to go in the house, and it that's just that comes from coming up from old timers. I remember used to I'd be at Granny's house, and if it would thunder over around Mobile somewhere, we had to get in the closet, and we stayed in that closet till that thunder got over around the Atlantic Ocean somewhere. You didn't come out. You better not giggle. You better not talk. And if you had to go to the bathroom, you just wet your britches. You better not come out of that closet. And while we were in the closet snickering, and me and cousins, we in there snickering and doing whatever we're doing, Granny was across the bedroom praying
Mhm.
to the man that could calm the storm.
Mm.
That's the difference in the generations that we have now. That's the difference. Just thought I'd throw that in there at the end.
Very good.
Sir, take us home, Queasel.
Well, we glad y'all let us come. We had a good time tonight. We missed Charlie. I hope Charlie had a happy birthday. We miss old Charlie when he ain't around, but it was good for the three of us to be back together and just sit around and talk. And that's exactly what we did. We just talked uh, and carried on. I think you got some education tonight. I think you learned some things. Marvin told you before the show, this is what if you watch this, you're gonna learn something. I think y'all learned some things tonight that you didn't know. And but anyway, we was glad to share that with you. We can't tell y'all how much it means to us to know that y'all trust us enough to let us in your house and spend an hour or so with us every week. We so proud and so honored to just get to be a part of you and your family. We just want you to know that we love y'all. We appreciate y'all for what you do. And our world's in a mess. We got a big election coming up. We need to understand we don't need to put our trust in a political party or a political leader. We need to put our trust in the Lord Jesus Christ. He is the only man that can straighten out the mess that we got now. He can use a person and he can use an election. And that's what we need to pray, that God's will be done in this election. So if you ain't got nothing to pray about, that's enough. If you come up next week or tomorrow, whenever it is, and you see a police officer, a deputy, a state trooper, you see a firefighter, a paramedic, EMT, tell them thank you. If you see a veteran, say thank you for protecting our nation so that we can do the things that we do. These are the people that put their life on the line every day. Just tell them thank you for the service. You appreciate them. Hey, let me tell you, it'll go a lot further than you ever think it will. We love y'all. Appreciate you watching. Floyd?
Yeah, baby. Had a good time with y'all tonight. Enjoyed visiting with y'all. Ain't seen neither one of you talk to you. Been a good good little gathering here for us tonight. Miss Charlie, Charlie's on the ball. Let me tell you what, Charlie does not slow down. He gets out and he sees people, and he is one of our best friends in the whole world. Charlie
Yep.
Platt. Listen to me. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Be prepared at all times to protect yourself, your family, and your property. Surround yourself with like minded people. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Know where you are and what's going on around you at all times. Do not be in a daze somewhere with your head stuck in that thing right there, looking at it, picking on it all the time. That ain't gonna, you ain't gonna learn. You ain't gonna get nowhere by doing that. There ain't nothing in that thing that you can't wait until you get home to find out about. Be aware of your surroundings. And tonight, when you lay down and go to sleep, put your head on that pillow, you start thanking God Almighty. I'm talking about the creator of everything, not Allah, not Buddha. You start thanking God Almighty, the creator of everything in this earth, above the earth, and under the sea. Thank Him for what He's done for you
That's
today,
right.
just
Amen.
today. And I'm talking about thank you think back and think about what all He's done for you today, what you've been able to do today. Let me tell you what, if you know who you are and where you are when you woke up this morning, you in good shape. So
That's
y'all
right.
do that. And listen to me. Listen to me. If you got an old person out there, if you got a family member out there that you hadn't talked to in a while, if y'all have got sideways, crossways somehow or another, and don't wait till tomorrow. You go ahead and call them folks right tonight and say, listen, I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about our situation. Maybe we need to get things straightened out. And if you got some old person in your life, your mama, your daddy, your aunt, your uncle, your grandmama, your granddaddy, somebody that's by themselves, pick up that phone right now. I'm not talking about in 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Pick up that phone right now and call and tell them, I'm thinking about you. Is there anything I can do for you? I mean, that's what we got to do. We got to look after one another. If we
That's
don't do
right.
that, our mission is incomplete. That's it for me, Marvin. Go ahead and take us on home.
Hey guys, we do love y'all. Appreciate you inviting us in each and every Thursday night right here on the World Wide Web. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Thank you to Ziggy B, Shingler Law, TK's Bar and Grill, Holstered 9 and Phillips Auto Parts, Sawega Meat Company, Southern Hissy Fits, Berry Hill Auctioneers, and Kelly Crop Insurance. Thank you for sponsoring our show here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Sunday's coming. Go to church if you can. Give the Lord his due. Worship him. Listen to today's scripture. Very powerful. Book of Romans. If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved. And I'm thankful that God is still in the saving business in the year 2024. If you have not called on him for salvation in your life, let me tell you, do not wait. Bible says today is the day of salvation because like Floyd said, you are not promised tomorrow. But as long as you got breath in your body, you can call out to the Lord and believe in him and trust in him and repent, and he will save you. Guys, we love you, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll be right back here next week, same place, same time, for more Charlie Platt, the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter what you do, where you go, or who you're with, always
Be
be.
particular.
Good
See
night,
ya.
y'all.
See y'all.